Pollution. We hear it time and again in documentaries and TV shows, but still, most of us do nothing because of the thought that someone else or someone of significance would do their part instead. All of them having one question in their heads. Why me? By land, water, or air, pollution is present. Even noises, when loud enough, can be a pollutant. First, let's talk about water pollution. According to the Water Environment Partnership in Asia, in 2016, water pollution's effects cost the Philippines $1.3 billion annually. The government continues to try to clean up the problem, but many problems still need to be addressed. The government's monitoring data reports that up to 58% of the groundwater that was tested was contaminated by coliform, and 1/3 of the illnesses monitored during a 5-year period were caused by waterborne diseases. In the case of land pollution, one of its biggest threats to the ecosystem is chemical contamination caused by plastics. Toxins and waste such as antifreeze and other chemicals seep into the ground where they stay. Multiple modern chemicals and materials do one of two things. 1. They don't break down or biodegrade at all. Or 2. They do break down, but into smaller chemical particles, which poison the ground itself. This poison affects the plants growing in the ground, the animals that eat them, and even the people who eat either the animal or the plant are affected by these chemicals. This can lead to the loss of plant life and create serious health problems, such as cancer in humans. As for air pollution, according to data from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, during the first quarter of 2015, it was reported that air quality in the Philippines was even worse than air quality of year-end 2014. Air pollutant concentration in the National Capital Region reached 130 micrograms per normal cubic meter. However, the maximum safe level of air pollutant concentration is 90 per normal cubic meter. Sources of particulates include soil, bacteria, viruses, industrial processes, power generation, and the obvious motor vehicle use. Particulate matter, small enough to be inhaled, include gases created by motor vehicles and can affect the heart and lungs as well as causing serious health effects. Lastly, we'll talk about noise pollution. Noise pollution, as one can guess, is mainly caused by machines, transport and transportation systems like trains and planes. You might think that noises alone are harmless. However, there are damaging physical and psychological effects that can come from too much noise. Hypertension, high stress levels, tinnitus, sleep disturbances, the obvious hearing loss, and other harmful effects. Chronic exposure to noise may cause noise-induced hearing loss. The most common form of noise pollution we encounter on a daily basis is the sounds of traffic. High noises can result in cardiovascular effects, and exposure to moderately high levels during a single 8-hour period causes a rise in both stress and blood pressure. To recap, pollution is a really big deal that not enough people are acting on. Even after this documentary is over and you've moved on to your next task, you still have a role to play in halting the spread of pollution. Even small, everyday tasks help, like actually throwing the trash in the trash can instead of pretending to trip and throwing it into the nearest bush, or the proper segregated disposal of garbage, instead of tossing the water bottle in the biodegradables bin. Why you? Think of it like cleaning your house or your room. No one wants a dirty room, but they end up with one because laziness got the better of them. No one wants a dirty planet, but here we are. Since the idea of cooking in our own skin because of global warming caused by pollution isn't very appealing, how about we don't do that and do our part to help the environment instead?